she gonna start telling me what to do and run the whole show.
Vicky, I will get
This
her
is
out.
my house, not hers. Get out of here. It'll be done when you come back. If you ever come back.
Go and find her, tell her
Bart,
You
shut
shut
your
mouth, Bart.
Please.
Get over here.
Hey, watch out, Bart.
Don't do it, Bart.
Hey.
She'll knock the hell out of him and flatten him out.
Can you believe that intro? Hannah introduces herself with a zesty flair, using colorful descriptions like cotton-picking ridge runner and stump jumper. She details her bustling little farm, populated with chickens, ducks, and other critters, which paints a vivid picture of her deep connection to her land and animals. This spirited start really sets the scene for her rugged lifestyle. And just when you think it's all quaint and quirky, wait till you hear her take on hoarding.
I'm Hannah, and I'm a cotton-picking ridge runner, stump jumper. Damn proud of it. I raise chickens, ducks, geese, turkeys, goats, and sheep. All right, I'm coming now. Yeah, I hear you. LaWanda, I'll slap you, you don't listen. Down, daggone you.
Here's a twist on the usual hoarder narrative. Hannah explains her approach to hoarding, which she doesn't see as a problem, but more like a survival strategy. She defends her habit of keeping things that might be useful later, framing it as a necessity due to her financial situation. It's a practical mindset from her perspective, portrayed with a hint of stubborn pride. But hold tight, because the next peek inside her living conditions will really open your eyes.
Don't throw away anything that I can use later. I don't call it a hoarder. I call it keeping what you need to buy when you don't have money to go buy it later.
This part is a real eye-opener. Hannah's daughter Linda reveals the shockingly dire state of Hannah's trailer, overwhelmed with chick manure and clutter. The space lacks basic essentials like heat and a functional kitchen, making it more of a survival challenge than a home. This segment highlights the severe impact of Hannah's hoarding on her quality of life. Coming up, the emotional stakes rise as family dynamics come into sharper focus.
She's got chick manure all over it, garbage all over it. It is bad, really bad. Mom does not have heat in the single wide. She doesn't have anything to cook on but a hot plate.
This part pulls on the heartstrings. Hannah expresses a desperate desire to move out of her decrepit trailer and back into her house, indicating a rare moment of clarity about her dire situation. Her daughter Becky voices deep frustration and sadness about the squalor and the emotional toll it's taking on the family. It's a poignant glimpse into the tangled emotions and complex dynamics that define their relationship. Fasten your seatbelt, as the professional assessment up next sheds even more light on the challenges they face.
Old raggedy aggy trailer and back into my house where I don't freeze my behaviors off all winter long.
My name is Becky, and I'm Hannah's oldest daughter.
Get ready for some professional insights. Dr. Robin Zasio steps in and quickly assesses Hannah's fiery temper and strong denial about her living conditions. As they tour the trailer, which is in a state of utter disrepair and filth, the direness of Hannah's situation becomes painfully clear. This segment not only underscores the critical need for intervention, but also tees up a fiery confrontation that you won't want to miss.
It's quite clear that Hannah is an angry woman, and she wasn't even interested in walking me around and showing me the things that were troubling her and where she was needing help.
Gear up for a clash of wills. When the cleanup crew tries to remove some of Hannah's hoarded items, she fiercely resists, asserting her attachment to her possessions. Her explosive reaction highlights the intense challenge of dealing with hoarding behaviors, especially when the hoarder is as spirited and stubborn as Hannah. This confrontation is a roller coaster of emotions and resistance, setting the stage for even more family drama to unfold. Just you wait. The familial fireworks are just around the corner.
There's nothing going out of here.
I'm telling you, half of this is
I don't care what you're telling me, I'm telling you. I own it, you don't.
correct. She's a rattlesnake. Lets you know that you're bugging her. She makes a lot of noise, tries to get you to go away. I'd like to get
It's
this
gonna
out of
stay
here.
right where it is.
Watch out for family sparks to fly. The tension among family members reaches a boiling point, leading to a heated confrontation that feels like watching a dramatic showdown on a reality TV show. The mix of high emotions and long-standing grievances makes the intervention even more complex and volatile. This intense segment reveals just how deeply the hoarding issue is intertwined with familial conflicts. And just when you think it's as intense as it can get, the next prognosis brings a harsh dose of reality.
Bart, please go that way. She's right here. We're gonna do something.
Robin and I were able to stop her, but she still ended up getting in a fight with her brother.
Everything was going fine until her
Bart,
Shut your mouth, Bart!
Please!
get over here.
Hey, watch out, Bart!
Now for the hard truth. Despite some progress in the cleanup, Dr. Zasio delivers a sobering prognosis about Hannah's future, considering her persistent denial and refusal of help. This conclusion underscores the profound difficulties faced in treating severe hoarding cases, especially with such a defiant individual at the center. As we wrap this up, remember that the road ahead for Hannah remains uncertain, and the struggle with hoarding continues to loom large.
Hoarder I've ever worked with.
Can you believe this transformation? Roz introduces herself as a former public health nurse who acknowledges her intelligence but struggles with excessive possessions. She expresses discomfort with the label hoarder and prefers not to use it. Roz describes her home as increasingly cluttered, once a place for family gatherings, and now overwhelmed by items. Just wait until you see how her family reacts next. It's quite the scene.
I'm Rosella. I go by Roz. I used to be a public health nurse. I know I'm a very smart person. I know I have way too much stuff. I never use the word hoarder. I don't like that word.
This next part is heart-wrenching. Roz explains that she can still perform basic functions like washing dishes and baking in her kitchen despite its clutter. However, she admits her cleaning techniques are lacking. The scene underscores the functional limitations caused by the hoarding situation. You'll be on the edge of your seat seeing how her daughters express their concerns up next.
In my kitchen, I can do normal things like wash my dishes and I can bake, but I'm not very good at my cleaning techniques. I did not always have the problem. I had a nice home.
This revelation is a real eye-opener. Marla, Roz's youngest daughter, questions how anyone can live in such conditions, highlighting her mother's severe hoarding tendencies. Monique, the middle daughter, expresses fear for her mother's safety and life quality due to the clutter. The family's concern sets the stage for the intervention that follows. Next up, see how Roz finds a temporary escape through her cooking. It's a bit of a plot twist.
My name is Marla, and I am Roz's youngest daughter. How does anybody live in a kitchen like that? How does anybody live in a house like that? The tendencies definitely started when I was young.
This is quite the shift in mood. Roz admits to cooking instead of cleaning as a way to feel good, indicating a diversion from addressing the hoarding issue. Her family recalls her as a caring and vibrant person, contrasting her current situation. The segment shows the emotional complexity of Roz's life, intertwining fond memories with current struggles. The emotional toll continues to unfold, especially regarding her past relationship. Brace for impact.
I still end up doing cooking instead of cleaning. It kind of makes me feel good to cook and to bake for my family.
Growing up, my mom was very caring, very accepting. I remember my mom belly dancing for us all.
This part is deeply touching. Roz discusses how her husband's alcoholism affected their marriage and her hoarding behavior. After his departure, her hoarding worsened without his counterbalance. This revelation provides insight into the emotional triggers of her hoarding. But just wait, the cleanup crew is about to make their grand entrance.
Ruined our marriage. I couldn't change him. He had to change himself, and he didn't. Even though he was an alcoholic, he was a great guy.
You won't believe the effort that goes into this cleanup. Kim Diamond, a professional organizer specializing in hoarding, outlines the challenges of clearing the house. The team focuses on discarding expired food and clearing pathways, essential for Roz's safety and home functionality. This marks the beginning of significant physical changes to the home. The resistance Roz shows next is quite striking. Get ready for a bit of a standoff.
All right, team, let's do it. I'm Kim Diamond. I'm a certified professional organizer specializing in hoarding behaviors and hoarding disorder.
The struggle is real here. Roz resists disposing of what she perceives as still usable items, such as old preserves. The professional team challenges her to recognize the health risks associated with expired items. This interaction highlights the difficulty hoarders have in parting with possessions, regardless of their condition. Keep your eyes peeled, because a psychologist's perspective is about to add a deeper layer to the story.
Cleared, it was okay. Roz, let's see what's happening in here. And I looked in there and I saw things that I didn't put in there. 2015.
This one too? I don't think this one is.
Yep, that was also 2015.
Well, I know those are good.
The emotional depth here is profound. Dr. Murray Anderson, a psychologist, emphasizes the necessity of Roz's acceptance to clear out her bedrooms as they tackle the packed areas. Roz is confronted with a poem she wrote about the impact of her hoarding, leading to a breakthrough in her self-awareness. The therapeutic intervention aims to connect Roz's emotional readiness with the physical cleanup. Roz's decision in the next scene is a major turning point. Trust me, you don't want to miss this.
I think bank statements.
We're on day 3, near the end of the day. We have at least 3/4 of the basement out, which is big. The kitchen fridges were emptied today, and the cupboards and all the spices.
This decision changes everything. Encouraged by progress and emotional support, Roz agrees to allow the cleanup of her bedrooms, the final areas of her home. This agreement is pivotal, representing her commitment to reclaiming her living space. The team celebrates this milestone as a significant emotional and practical advancement. The cleanup results are nothing short of miraculous. Just you wait, it's about to get even more impressive.
It continues because you deserve to be in your house, right?
I deserve a nice home.
I'm so proud of you. Could I ask one last favor? It was the first thing that I saw, and I'm circling back here at the master bedroom.
The results are staggering. The team successfully removes 13 tons of items from Roz's home, significantly reducing the clutter. This massive haul represents a tangible turnaround in Roz's living conditions. The cleanup effort culminates in an emotional reveal of the much improved state of her home. The reveal will leave you speechless. Coming up next, and it's a doozy.
We had 12 truckloads leave this place, 13 tons, 29,100 pounds of stuff that Roz doesn't have to worry about anymore.
That was the most whirlwind experience I've ever had.
This is truly a fresh start. With her home nearly restored, Roz expresses gratitude and newfound optimism for her future. The emotional and physical relief is palpable as she anticipates a better quality of life. The journey reflects a profound transformation from overwhelming hoarding to a promising start towards normalcy. And just when you think it's all wrapped up, there's one more delightful twist to come. Stay tuned, it's a real heart-warmer. Vicky kicks things off by revealing she's unemployed and her house is basically invisible under all the clutter. This sets the stage for the viewer to really grasp the magnitude of her hoarding issues. Strap in, because this is just the tip of the iceberg.
My name is Vicky and I'm currently unemployed. You cannot see my house right now because it's filled. My living room looks like a junkyard. I don't know how to clean this. It's out of control.
Next up, Cherish, Vicky's daughter, paints a vivid picture of a home swallowed whole by stuff, where the only clear path is a narrow trail through the chaos. This moment really drives home just how bad things have gotten. And you thought that was crazy? Just wait for what's next.
My name is Cherish and Vicky is my mother. My mom's house doesn't exist anymore. When you walk in, it's just a wall of stuff. You can take 3 steps in front of you and go straight up the stairs and into my mother's room and into my brother's room.
Harley, another one of Vicky's kids, dives into his rocky relationship with his mom, centered around their bonding time, dumpster diving. This highlight digs into the quirky and troubled family dynamics affected by hoarding. Keep your eyes peeled, because the drama ramps up even more from here.
My relationship with my mom, it's bit rocky. She doesn't feel like we spend enough time together, so I go dumpster diving with my mom.
Just help me get this one out. This is good. We need a stereo snack. No. Yes. No. Please. Fine. Aye.
Cherish gives us a heartfelt account of Vicky's spiral after losing her father, which only fueled her hoarding fire. This is a crucial turn in understanding the emotional underpinnings of her compulsion. The emotional roller coaster doesn't stop here. There's more turmoil ahead.
Last year, she lost my grandfather, which is her father, and there was no saving her at that point. She's been an emotional wreck since then.
I died when my father died.
Enter Corey Chalmers, the extreme hoarding cleanup specialist who's here to save the day. He sets the mission: clean up Vicky's life, starting with her house. This marks the beginning of what promises to be a wild cleanup rodeo. Buckle up, because things are about to get even more wild.
Corey Chalmers, I'm an extreme hoarding cleanup specialist. Vicky, the way that this house has been functioning, not a healthy lifestyle at all.
okay? We need to get this resolved so that you can keep your house, you can keep your marriage, and you can keep your son.
Vicky shares her overwhelming feelings about tackling the massive cleanup, highlighting her anxiety and utter resistance. This critical moment shows just how daunting this process feels for her. The tension is building, and you won't believe what happens next.
It's already too much. I already know that. When am I going to put that stuff? In my room? Oh, yeah, right.
Stop. Deep breath before
Well,
you
I
go
said,
back
just
inside.
get the jewelry and the family pictures out and let's torch it.
Listen, you're already getting worked up and we haven't even touched the first thing yet.
Vicky takes the reins hard, micromanaging the cleanup with a fierce grip, highlighting her intense need to control the overwhelming chaos. This ramps up the tension in the room, and just when you think it can't get any more intense, the next scene takes it up a notch.
There's not going to be any more donation junk, whatever. When I say put it over here in this pile, it's going to go in that pile, and that's where it's going to stay.
Why are you irate right now?
Because I'm not going to play the games.
We're not playing any games.
There's a lot of to do in there, and I do realize that.
The scene hits a boiling point as Vicky erupts in rage, throwing the entire cleanup effort into jeopardy. This key moment is the emotional climax, where the stakes are at their highest. The aftermath of this explosion is something you've got to see.
Vicky is in a complete rage. We have a crisis on hand still. Her house is not in order, and if we leave, I've got to make a report to CPS.
Frustration bubbles over as Vicky threatens to pull the plug on the whole operation, showcasing her limits in dealing with her hoarding issues. This is the breaking point of the cleanup drama. The saga is nearing its climax, so don't go anywhere.
I'm just gonna get rid of it now.
Touch my stuff, and that's it. You might as well go.
When they worked together and they took our instruction, everything was going fine. But as soon as Paul took it upon himself, throw things on the truck without consulting Vicky, everything fell apart.
Despite enough progress to dodge a CPS report, Vicky plans to stash her hoard at another location, essentially sidestepping real change. This ending underscores the ongoing, unresolved nature of her hoarding. Stick around to see if there's any hope of real transformation in this chaotic tale.
And I don't know if I can try to help her anymore. It's so exhausting.
You'll never guess what's coming next. Adele introduces herself and reveals she's a severe hoarder. She admits to having a hard time letting go of possessions, which has escalated to a significant level of hoarding. This moment sets the stage for understanding her struggles with hoarding behavior. Just when you think it can't get any crazier, hold on to your socks, because it does.
My name is Adele, and I am a hoarder, very big-time hoarder, because I really don't like to get rid of things.
Ever seen a house like this? No way. Mary, Adele's daughter, describes the overwhelming clutter in her mother's house, including piles of junk and newspapers everywhere. This vivid description illustrates the severe condition of the home and the daily reality of living in a hoarded environment. The scene underscores the emotional impact on family members. Brace yourself. The cops show up.
When I walk into my mother's house, there are just things everywhere. Piles, junk, newspapers, garbage. It's horrendous. I don't even know how my mother is living.
And then the plot thickens. Here's where the community steps in. A community policeman warns Adele about the visible clutter from the street, highlighting the external consequences of her hoarding. This intervention shows the community's awareness and concern and marks a critical point where public safety and personal habit intersect. Just when you think you've seen it all, things take a turn towards recovery.
The community policeman told me that I had too much clutter showing from the street.
So many people in our community have been working with my mother to try to help make a difference.
Guess who just rolled up to the party? This is when the cavalry arrives. Dorothy Brenninger, a professional organizing expert, introduces the core team of 20 people helping with the cleanup. She emphasizes the blend of muscle, energy, love, and determination needed to tackle such a severe hoard. This scene is pivotal as it showcases the beginning of a significant cleanup effort. You won't believe the tension in the next scene. Grab your popcorn.
This is our core team. We've got 20 people over there, and then we've got more coming in tomorrow.
I'm Dorothy Brenninger. I'm a professional organizing expert, and I specialize in hoarding.
Ready for a family feud? You won't believe the confrontation that's coming up. During the sorting process, tensions arise as Mary and Adele struggle with deciding what to keep and what to donate. This interaction highlights highlights the emotional challenges and disagreements during cleanup, reflecting the deep-seated difficulties in changing hoarding behaviors. Buckle up, the family drama intensifies in the next part.
Mary's like, come on, come on, come on, get it done, get it done.
You're actually going to be homeless if you don't turn this around.
And then there's Dirk.
Dirk certainly does not want to be recognized, nor, I think, does he really want to participate in the cleanup process.
Here's where it gets spicy. Now, see how the family dynamics play out. Dirk, Adele's son, expresses his reluctance and frustration about participating in the cleanup, especially on the hottest day of the year. This moment reveals family dynamics and individual challenges in dealing with the hoard and the cleanup process. Next up, Dirk's disappearance stirs the pot even more.
There seemed to be this strain between Adele and her daughter, and I thought I would just take the opportunity to bring that into focus. And sometimes the simple way to do that is through improv. Maybe we should do a role play where you would play your daughter, she's going to play you.
The tension here is palpable. A conflict arises when Dirk is absent from the morning cleanup session, emphasizing the importance of every participant in this critical process. This absence and the subsequent discussion underline the complex family dynamics and the individual struggles within the family. Hang tight, because the big reveal of their hard work is just around the corner.
Dirk's not here. The process is so important at this point. Every player in every moment is critical to the outcome. So I'm not sure why he's not here right now.
Can you handle this much change? Look at the transformation. The team achieves a significant milestone by removing 6,800 pounds of trash and donations with the help of 35 people. This moment is a major turning point, demonstrating the physical impact of the cleanup and the communal effort involved. Coming up, Adele makes a promise that could change everything.
There's potential for her to actually overcome the disease.
I know you're doing the best you can.
Things are getting real now. This commitment is a game changer. Adele promises not to revert to hoarding behaviors as she re-enters her newly cleaned home. This commitment is crucial as it shows her awareness of the problem and her intention to change, providing a hopeful outlook for her future. Her reaction to the changes is unforgettable. Coming up next.
I'm hoping you can keep this house a home.
I promise everyone that I will not backslide.
We're gonna go inside and take a look and really make your life begin. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Get ready for the grand finale. Adele's joy is truly touching. Adele is thrilled to resume her artwork in her newly organized and beautiful room. This scene symbolizes new beginnings and the potential for Adele to engage in positive and fulfilling activities, emphasizing the importance of personal space and creativity in recovery from hoarding. The journey of healing and recovery continues, and it's a sight to behold. Stick around. You don't want to miss this.
That have been around for years.
This is an opportunity for Adele to really develop a lifestyle now that would include her art, her family, and friends.